Viewer discretion is advised. Your fave will be criticized.
That's Chris.
That's Jan.
And welcome to the season premiere of America. We are CCTV, the nonstop pop show.
And we are celebrating by heading to the dance floor and reviewing Kylie Minogue's 15th studio album, Disco.
Yeah. Kylie Minogue is the highest selling female Australian artist of all time and has been ruling the charts for almost 5 decades. She is known for constantly reinventing herself and has won countless accolades all around the world, including the Grammys, the Brit Awards, and the ARIA Music Awards. If Madonna is the queen of pop and Britney is the princess, Kylie is the Aphrodite goddess of it, okay? So, do we like Kylie?
I love Kylie. Yes. I mean, it's funny because she's huge everywhere.
Yeah.
Less so here in the US. But I remember when I moved to Hong Kong when I was a kid, she was everywhere, like spinning around, can't get you out of my head. Like she is a massive star there. So yeah, I've been following her since I was a kid. Yeah. How about you?
Oh, well, new fan here, new fan. I have been taking this crash course with Chris since February, like basically since the beginning of quarantine, and I've been learning her discography. We've been watching some concerts, and my favorites are definitely the Aphrodite tour and the X tour. Her discography is so expansive though. I don't know if I'll be able to catch up just yet, but I'm getting there. First heard her in IKEA of all places, with Can't Get You Out of My Head, and then Spinning Around was on my American Idol PlayStation game. So yeah, I really I knew of her, but I did not realize that she's actually like probably the best thing since sliced bread. So
Yes. Yes.
So for this album, Disco, I mean, Chris, can you tell us a little bit about what she was going for?
Yeah, well, so she's always been the disco queen, right? Like since back in the 90s, she flirted with disco, obviously Spinning Around and Love at First Sight all have tinges of disco. But this time she really went back and embraced it. She said her main influences growing up were like ABBA and Donna Summer, and you can definitely hear that in this album. But in her interviews for this album, she's described disco as a state of mind. And she wants this album to be something that you can just put on and shut your eyes and dance and forget all your troubles. And she also wanted to take everyone to a galactic disco. So the whole idea is that you're taking off and going into space. And then by the end of the album, that's when you're coming back down to Earth. So...
Oh, yes, mission accomplished.
Yes.
Mission accomplished. I really think this is probably one of my favorite albums of the year. So let's go track by track.
We will now go track by track and discuss the production, vocals, and lyrics, and video if it exists, and give our ratings for each song.
All right, so the first track on this album is Magic, a polished track about being enchanted by love. It's written by Kylie, Timu Brunilla, Daniel Heloy Davidson, who wrote Get Out of My Way and a couple of K-pop songs for CLC and EXO-CBX, for those who are K-pop fans, Peter Walovic, and Michelle Buzz. It is also produced by PhD. So this song, I have to say, reminded me of Chained to the Rhythm by Katy Perry, but this song is in the tempo that I wish that song was in. Like, oh man, like, it's like, I love the disco dancehall kind of pop sound. I love that, but this one just, oh man, it grooved. It grooved so well. The staccato keys, the hand claps, and her feathery vocals. Oh my gosh, it was just... This song I could hear on like R&B AC radio here in New York, like WBLS. Like, I honestly, not even trying to be funny, but if she wasn't a white lady, they probably would have played it, because it really reaches this really groovy spot into your soul. And I was like, wow. I mean,
Yes.
Give it to any R&B artist, this would have been a hit already. Oh my gosh. It's perfect.
It is the perfect like mood changing song. Like the second it comes on, like you just want to bop your head, and it's just very happy feeling. I think it's just the perfect start to the album. Like she described it in an interview as like the hors d'oeuvre at a party. Like it like just the taste of it, you know, and that's the perfect description because it really is, you know, the tempo is not super fast, but it's
Yeah.
groovy, like you said. So it does make you want to, it gets your body warmed up, you know,
Yeah.
getting ready for
Yeah.
the energy that is the rest of the album. So
For sure. For
yeah.
sure. I can see people kind of cha-cha sliding to it, like, you know, "Dun, ga, that
Hmm.
magic, hey, dun, 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 dun." It
Yes.
has that kind of energy. And the way that the production just it was gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. The bridge is magic, magic, magic,
Yes.
magic.
Do you believe
And
in? Yeah.
oh my gosh, yeah, it was great. And then the outro with the strings, that string
Yes.
section gave me very like, you know, I Will Survive, Gloria Gaynor. You know,
Hmm.
it was just, it was so lush. It was very lush.
Yes.
Yeah. What do you
Yes.
think about the video?
I like the video. I think it's funny because you can tell that like they had to limit the number of people that were allowed at this disco, obviously due to COVID, and no one really goes near her either. You
Right.
know. But my favorite part is that she has her own disco stick. I think her and Lady Gaga
Yes.
should have a duel.
Oh yes, yes, this beat is sick. Yeah,
What did you
I
think of it?
agree. No, I totally agree with Stop, don't make me laugh. I totally agree with you. You know, she looked like a sorceress to me, you know, like,
Mm,
you know, she has this magical staff and, you know, we wrote our uniforms. We wrote our unicorns to this club with the Say Something song and
mhm.
now we are all under her spell just dancing, right?
Yes.
And like you said, they couldn't have a lot of people, so there's a lot of celestial beings in the crowd.
Yeah. Yes.
You know, I was here for it. I was like, cast your spells, Kylie, cast them spells, honey. So so yes. What do you rate this song?
This is a 10. How about you?
Yeah, I agree. Watch this whole album be, yeah, me too. Yeah.
Track 2 is Miss a Thing. In this seductive track, Kylie longs for the company of Mr. Right while on the dance
Mm.
floor.
Oh
Like every
yes.
single song. This one was again, so Kylie actually co wrote every song on this album. So her
Hmm.
name will come up every time. But she wrote this one along with Timu Bernila, Nico Stadi, Hartikainen, Ali Ahern. I think all of that was pronounced wrong. Sorry, you guys did great job.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Sorry.
Anyway, this song is so good. She
Mm.
said in an interview that this was the hardest one to record. Like she was almost in tears
Hmm.
at home trying to record this song
Aw.
because the breathy this breathy
Hmm.
delivery that she has the entire song is very
It's
difficult to
hard.
do, and she
Yeah.
felt she wasn't doing it right. But then the producer ended up saying that actually like she sounded amazing and she
Yeah.
thought she would need to re-record it. But I love when she uses this tone of her voice.
Oh
She's
yes.
used it a few
Yes.
times in her back catalog, like with Chocolate and Come Into My
Hmm.
World. And so it's great to hear
Yes.
it again. Slightly,
Hmm.
yeah, with no layers this time. I think those songs had
Right.
more kind of layering on top. This time it's just her
Yeah.
pure breathy voice.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
hard to sing like that. It is hard to sing like that. I remember I recorded a song like a couple years back and I was like, oh man, I can't keep singing like this. Like it takes so much breath control, and I even watching her Fever and Showgirl shows when she performs like,
Uh-huh.
Chocolate or Come Into My World, it gets a rearrangement, like something that's more like a ballad or something that's more like, you know, EDM, like she always changes it. I've never really heard her she
Hmm.
sings out more, you know? But, you know, respect to her, kudos, like, this song has so many little textures in it. I mean, oh my gosh, there's the Moni ad-libs a la Donna Summer and, oh my gosh, I
From the
was like,
start,
yeah,
dance. Oh, it's so good.
yes. Oh my god, yes, everything is just so just very orgasmic in a way. Like it's
Hmm.
meant to be like, come here, lover, come
Hmm.
here, you know? And it definitely fits the whole like seductive thing that she was going for, like you said. There is like a little glass bottle tap, and there's a bass drum in the second verse that really drives it really nicely. And
Mm.
there's a subtle guitar in the chorus. I really do wish it was just a little bit higher into the mix, a little bit
Mm.
more forward. Like I had to put on my good headphones for this album. Like, oh man. And then there's a vocoder in the second half of the chorus. I like that too. It was really nice. I really did enjoy it.
Yeah.
The only thing I will say though, is that I wish this song had to come right after Magic because it kind of sounded a little similar. But this song is definitely the ever after that comes after
Mm.
Magic. You know, when the magic happens, like, oh. Now I've got you
Yes.
here.
I
But yeah,
do,
what
yeah. I
about you?
think the build in the song is really great. Like you
Mhm.
said, there's kind of new production flourishes that come in as the song keeps going. And also
Yes.
she's like trying to urge this guy to like come join her, right? And
Mhm.
embrace this moment. And you can like the production feels like she's getting more urgent about it each time.
Oh,
And then
yes.
and
Oh,
then in the
yes.
middle, she's finally like, get up, get up. You know, like she's
Yeah.
finally like it feels like she's getting more a little more aggressive as the song goes to just be like, oh my
Mhm.
God, just like
Mhm.
come over here. So I
Yeah.
kind of love that about it.
Uh-huh. Right.
But yeah, I think the song is great. What do you rate it?
Yeah. I give it a 9 out of 10. It wasn't, like, absolutely perfect, but it was definitely up there.
Yeah, I will match you with a 9.
Next joint on this disco record is a funky song about Kylie yearning for her old flame and telling him that his new chick doesn't even hold a candle to what they have. This song is written by Kylie, Timu, Stadi, and Alida Grapistad. I'm sorry if I said your name wrong, sister. I'm sorry. I'm sidetracked.
We're saying all the names wrong. That's fine. It's fine.
No
Oh my
disrespect, right?
gosh. All right. Well,
So
this
this song,
song,
yeah,
oh,
love it.
so good. Okay, it is a definite future single
Yeah.
contender for me. Highlight from
Mhm.
the album. That
Right. I
chorus
agree.
is so fun to sing along to. Those
Oh
vocal
my god,
slides,
yes.
body,
Yes.
you know, like all of that. Oh,
Got that body. I'm like, oh, this is one of those songs I wish I wrote. It's like, oh, I love it so much. It's when I
mhm.
heard it, I kind of got like in my feelings. I'm like, damn, this is good. Oh my God, this is so good. Like how? Like I was like, I need to write better. Like it was so good. Like the got that perfect body. She ain't got the moves. When I heard that line, I was like, damn right. There might be some girls out there, but they can't do what I could do for
Mhm.
you, you know? It's like
Yeah, I
it's
mean, there's always that person, right, that you maybe regretted ending things with, or like, I don't
right,
know. There's a natural jealousy, right, that can come. You know, if you
right,
see them with someone
right.
else, and then it's like I'm
Yeah.
better than them, which I kind of love that
Yes,
that's what this song is. But it's done in like a classy Kylie way. But
for
also I have to
sure.
say, because we're both dancers, I just loved the line where she's like, she ain't got the moves, because I'm like, you've
Yes,
seen those people, you know, where they look perfect, and then you see them dance, and all the attraction just goes
right.
away. So,
Yes, just drops like, "Oh, okay, bye." So we're not being nice about it, sorry, but
oh,
but yeah, I love the little vocal effect during the repeated phrases in the verses, like the deeper little effect,
yeah, yeah.
and it's also mixed into the chorus as well, but it's mixed in very lowly, and I liked it. I was like, "Oh, what is this extra sound I'm hearing?" It Every single song on this album seems to, not force you, but it welcomes you to find something new each time you listen to it, right?
Mm,
So if I listen to it on my Alexa, I didn't hear this little low voice. I have my headphones in. Oh wow, there's something else there.
mm,
And then unfortunately, the song doesn't really change in structure that much.
right.
The second chorus does bring in that little vocoder talk box situation,
Mhm.
which I like. And I love the vocal chops in the real groove bridge, like that whole little choppy
Mhm.
situation. I was like, real groove. I can see people like, pop locking and
Yeah.
soul train lining. It's cute.
Yeah, I think there's an effortlessness to this song,
Mhm.
which I think is in line with the confidence of basically just like, I know that we have it better than you have with that girl. Like
Right.
she's not even trying to convince him. It's just like, I know we've
Yeah.
got that real groove that you don't have.
Hmm.
So I kind of like the
Right.
vocal delivery of it and how kind of chill it is in a way. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, I hope we get a music video for this one.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, her performance with the live show, the Infinite
Hmm.
Disco, like she even had the spunk, the attitude. Like if she gets a video for this, I want curls in the hair. I want
Mm.
hoops. I want one sleeveness. I want shorts, golden booty shorts
Oh,
again. We're
we're
gonna
bringing
bring
those
those
back.
back. Bring them back, sister. She has nice legs. Bring them back. So, how do you rate this song?
I will give this a 9.5. It's so close. I do wish it took it somewhere a little more near
Yes.
the end. But other than
Yes.
that, I think it's a great song. Yeah. How about you?
Agreed. Agreed. Same score.
All right, so track 4 is Monday Blues, a very high energy track about counting down the days until you see your lover again. This one was written by Kylie, frequent collaborator for this album, Skylar Adams, Megan Cotton, who had done FX's Red Light and also Little Mix's Move, which are both great songs.
Yes.
Also, Danielle Shaw and Lindsley Campbell. Um, but yeah, so the first time I heard this song, I was a little taken aback by it. Like it is, I was like in the middle of work and like the energy and the happiness just really just like hit me in the face. And it was just like a lot. But since then, I've grown to like it a lot. I think her performance at the Infant Disco of it was also really good. But yeah, it makes me think of like a holiday. Like it's just
Oh
very
yeah.
happy and it fits in with she started her tour for the light years
Hmm.
in like a cruise ship theme and she comes down on a giant anchor singing Love Boat. Like this song totally fits in that section. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That is so funny. You know, even when I was watching the tours with you, there were certain performances where I'd say, "Oh, well, that's a change," or I would say something. You're like, "Oh yeah, you know, she does this." I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
okay." So honestly, I loved it at first listen. I really liked it because it sounds like K-pop a little bit,
Mm.
especially with the chorus transition. Like I think it's a bass. I don't know what exact instrument it is, but it goes.
Oh
It makes
yeah.
like a pop. I sound ridiculous, but if I can find the sound again in a K-pop song and compare the 2 just to show you all,
Mm.
you would really hear it goes and it's really nice. It also gave me like Nile Rodgers, like Kool and the Gang kind of vibe, especially with that driving guitar. Like that guitar, as soon as you hear it, you
Yes.
better wake up.
That
Hey, wake
percussion as
up.
well. Those I don't know
Oh,
what types of drums those are, but that
yes.
percussion that's in the background as well. Yeah.
Mhm, mhm. And honestly, I think Fine Wine is probably in the deluxe version of this album is probably the more calm version of this for sure.
Yeah.
So I mean, if this is a little bit too much for anybody, then I guess you can kind of slip into Fine Wine. You will like it a little bit more. But there's a sample of people partying.
Mhm.
And I've been hearing it a lot lately. I don't know if they're getting it from Splice. I don't know where people are getting this little sample,
Yeah.
but it's really fun. You hear, ooh, ooh, come on now. Ooh, ooh." So it's
Yes.
really fun. And this song is very hooky in so many different parts. Like
Mhm.
she says, "A, A, A." She says A over and over again in the disco. You know, it's just something about it. It's like if you can't remember anything else, these little taglines, remember it. That's
I
it.
mean, just counting the days.
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, like once you hear the song once, you will never forget
Yeah.
that. You will never ever forget that. I
Yes.
also
For
love
sure.
the instrumental in the bridge.
Mhm.
Did it, you know, like yeah, with like the different yeah, like kind of
Yes.
sounds almost live. I don't know. I feel this song feels
Yeah.
like it's made to be played live.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
I love it. And it's just like I love the hits dun, 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 like that. It sounds like it's meant to be ta 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 ta.
Mhm.
Ta. It's it's done so intentionally and but it doesn't feel forced like you said. It was very effortless like, "All right, y'all, we've been singing. Let's go." And now it's
Mhm.
time for the Soul Train line and this song is definitely invited to the barbecue. But I do wish that this ending of the song wasn't a button. I wish they would have let this thing fade out like some parade
Uh.
going off in the distance, not just like, dun.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, this is a perfect song for the weekend, I
Oh,
think,
yeah.
and also a perfect song for this very, very long week that we had. We
Yes.
are filming
Yes.
this, at the end of election week,
Mhm.
which felt like an eternity.
For
So
sure, for sure.
thank God. This album was
Thank
timed
Kylie.
perfectly,
Yes.
perfectly.
I'm
Anyway,
glad she
so
didn't throw this song away.
was she gonna throw the song away?
Yeah, she said she was kind of unsure about it, like, the chorus wasn't hitting her, and I understand that kind of feelings, like, "Oh, man, like,
Mm.
everything else is good, but I need the hook. There's no hook."
Mm.
And she was like, I'm done with this." But she went back to it, and she has earned a 9.5 from me for the
Ooh,
song.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
I'm
liked
gonna
it.
go 8.5. It's not my favorite on
Woohoo!
this album. It's still very good, but yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. 5th track on the Disco album is Supernova, a song about the gravitational pull of some magnificent, brilliant being. It's co-written by Kylie, Skylar Adams, and Megan Cotton. This song, hello. I mean, she has abducted us from the barbecue that was Monday Blues. And now we are in this like different
Yes,
galaxy
we've
here.
gone into
Oh my
space. Yeah,
gosh.
we've gone
Yeah,
into
it's
space.
amazing.
She said in an interview that the vocoder in her mind, like when she was writing it, is like a little space
Yeah.
creature. You know, like that's in the
Oh,
back singing
yes.
along. I love
Yes.
that as a reference. The vocoder is perfect in this song. I feel
Oh,
like
yes.
vocoder can a lot of the time be hit or miss, and it's used
Mhm.
quite a lot in this song. But the way it's done
Right.
is really great, I think.
Yeah. Mhm.
And it's fun to see Kylie go back to space. Like she's had a lot of space
Yes.
imagery in the past, like the whole Fever tour, for example, or
Yes.
or like Light Years, like yeah. So it's fun to see her
Mhm.
go back and kind of head back into that. She seems to be very inspired by that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm here for it. Like the vocoder gave me like, kind of like an AI on a spaceship. I was not mad at it at all, like her little
Yeah.
navigational system. And this song really kind of gave me like Funky Town feels.
Mhm.
"Dun, dun, dun, won't you take me to," it kind of had that Funky Town by lip sync. And the percussion was very much like that. And the keys had a little bit of an organ kind of tinge to them, and I could be wrong, but just it was really nice. Sis went to church a little bit with the keys there.
Mm.
Um, I love it, and the bring it back like a rocket, bring it back, never stop it part of the pre hook. Like what?
Mhm.
Oh my god, it's just come on, this everything
Yes.
is so hooky with this song. Love it, super love it.
Yes. This is one
I
I was
mm,
like, imagine if Gaga got on like a remix of this, or if they did like a
yes.
part 2 or something. Like
Oh my
Kylie
gosh, yes,
can go, I'm sure she would be welcome in Chromatica,
yes.
and
I was
they
thinking
could,
that too because Enigma.
yes.
If you have not seen it, Gaga did a Super Bowl show or like a poster pre-show,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she had this AI being just similar to this one going Enigma, making like this weird
Yeah.
bottle shape with its hands.
Yes,
Like
yes,
it would
yes.
totally fit. Oh my gosh. I will say that I wish the song would have gotten maybe like a key change or something that would have taglined on that harmony, like a tagline, sorry, something to go with that tagline, like a harmony or something, like the
Mm,
shining like a supernova, brightest of the stars. I wish it kind of would have gone in some like earth, wind, and fire kind of like shining
mm.
star kind of things, because it would have built it a little bit more just listening to it cold on the album. I mean, her live performance definitely shut that down real
Yes.
quick.
Oh my god, the live performance in Infinite Disco
Yeah.
was amazing
Yeah.
because there are these crazy high ad libs near the end of this, or like
Mhm.
from the bridge leading into the final choruses, which are quite
Yes,
low
yes.
in the mix of the recording. But
Mhm.
she does it in full power on the live show,
Yes,
and it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So like I said, I was quickly quieted, but just a first listen, I was like, "Oh, please give me a little something, shining like a supernova, brightest of the stars." It's just
Mm,
a little extra
mm.
something, but honestly, shout out to Infinite Disco. That's it.
So what do you rate this one?
9.5.
Yes, I will also
Yeah,
do a
9.5.
9.5. Wow, we're really on the same page today.
Yeah.
Moving on to track 6, which is the first single from the album, Say Something. This is an ethereal track about finding hope during dark times. And this one was co-written again by Kylie, one of my favorite songwriters of all time, Richard Biff Stannard, who
Mhm.
was one of the Spice Girls' main collaborators. You know, he worked on "Wannabe" and "To Become One" and "Spice Up Your Life." He's also written some of my favorite Kylie tracks ever: "Love at First Sight,"
Mhm.
"In Your Eyes."
Yes.
So he's amazing. And also
Basically.
Jonathan Green and Ash House as well. Um, so yeah, I loved this song from the second it came out. I remember when she was teasing it, and she
Mhm.
was like, "This is going to be a galactic disco album," and then she came
Yeah.
out with this, and it wasn't fully what I was expecting. I think I was expecting something more like
Mhm.
Supernova, right? Um,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, I was like, okay, I get it. It's kind of like All the Lovers. It's kind of like Into the Blue, this kind of very
Yes.
ethereal, very kind of warm, kind of, but still disco vibe that
Mhm.
she went for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What did you think of it?
Honestly, when I first heard it, especially after experiencing like the live shows and uh experiencing, yeah, through YouTube. Um
Yeah.
and listening to the music, I too was expecting something very similar to, Supernova, because I also love songs like Wow and songs like um what's the word for it? Spinning around. There we go.
Yes.
And the song was just wasn't something that excited me when I first heard it, because it is so laid back, and it doesn't mean it's bad. The
Mhm.
song is a journey. It really does sound like she's trying to hitchhike through the galaxy, that little guitar, that bow, 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 it
Mhm.
sounded kind of country to me. I could be wrong,
Ah.
but something about it just sounded just like, trying to hitchhike to another star, to another planet. It's very subtle in its delivery, and the lead lines are simple, and it allows for the track to breathe. It allows for that guitar to kind of slide in there. And like you said, it gave me all of the lovers, or all the lovers rather.
Mhm.
And I also felt I believe in you from
Mhm.
this. Something about it just sounded so optimistic. And I love that. Say something really kind of just, it grew on me, or it's
Mm.
still growing on me rather.
Mm.
Um, and I love the bridge. That choir was heavenly, and it's so far into the mix though. The
Yes. Well,
okay,
Infinite Disco though, the choir's
yeah,
up there with her, socially distanced from
yes,
her. She's like
yes,
they're like kind of far away from her. Um,
right.
but that yeah, the live version was amazing. I do think
Hmm.
this song is cool because it almost feels dated and futuristic at the same time. Like
Hmm.
it
Yeah.
sounds very 80s kind of with like the drum choice and stuff, but then
Uh
the
huh.
structure and her vocal production and stuff is more modern. So I think that's a cool
Hmm.
play.
Yes.
My
Very fresh.
favorite part of the song is just again, I'm thinking about you, like that little whisper kind of talky part.
Yes.
She's so
Yes.
good that her voice is so perfect for these kind of breathy, talky
Read
moments. Yeah.
my mind. Yes. Honestly, I'm so glad she did it, because even I was like, "Oh man, I hope this isn't the only time that she does it," and it wasn't. But when we
Right.
get to that track, we'll discuss it.
Yeah.
I really do think that that ending was just so. It's like a mantra, because love is love; it never ends. Can we all be as one? It just keeps coming
Hmm.
over and over, and that's kind of what actually really sucked me into the song even more. Yeah,
Mm.
so it was like a little spells being cast in that video. Can we talk about the video? It
Yes.
was it was just interstellar. It was all over, but nothing too gaudy. And I think that's what kind of separates her from Madonna. No offense to any Madonna
Mm.
fans. I'm not saying she's not creative, but Madonna is doing this thing where sometimes she makes everything a spectacle.
Mhm.
And it's just like, you don't have to. You can have all the glitz, all the glamour, but you don't have to go far. She's laying literally underneath a golden foil sheet, and she looks freaking hot, and she looks
Mhm.
amazing. It just gave me Sex and Stardust. Okay, honey, I was here for it.
Yes. I think Kylie's always been really good about walking like this line between like
Mhm.
being super extra,
Yeah.
but not feeling like she's trying too hard.
Yeah.
Like I think that's the whole Aphrodite tour too. Like that tour was so extra, but it's like amazing, and I'm
Yes.
convinced by it, right? Like it's like
Right.
it doesn't feel
She
like
sells
she's
it.
doing the most. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I think the video is so cool, and she just looks so amazing. Like you can tell
Mhm.
she's just inspired by this album. She really
Yeah.
is kind of right in her like artistic, like I don't know,
Yeah.
strength right now.
Yeah, she feels galvanized. Something about it, just everything sounded really fresh. So yeah,
Mhm.
I agree. What kind of rating do you give this song?
I will give this one a 10. I think this is up
Oh,
there with a lot of her back catalog. Yeah. How about
oh,
you?
nice. I gave it a 9. I gave it a 9.
Nice.
Seventh track on this album is Last Chance. This song is an ultimatum. Dance with me before the lights come on. or I'll be gone forever.
Mm.
It's written by Kylie, Skylar Adams, and Megan Cotton, and it has ABBA and BG influences, and I can definitely hear it on this track. I love that it was ABBA. It was really fun that she kind of tapped into this kind of sound, but unfortunately, it kind of was like a reiteration of Magic and missed a thing for me. It's like, let's fall in love, let's dance and fall in love before it's too late, you know? This is another song where the top line is really heavy. So she is just singing, 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 you know? So when the chorus comes in, it's one word, na-na-na-na, one word, na-na-na-na,
Yeah.
which I understand.
Yeah, I think the energy is really great in this one. Like you can hear the urgency. Like it's the last call. Like this is the last song they're playing. Like if you want this, like now's your chance.
Yeah.
Are you going to do it or not? So you can kind of hear that in it. I like that.
Yes.
I think the pre-chorus is really good. The chorus itself, I kind of wish there was just a second part to it. We could have a ball and then something else right there. Either a second chorus or like some sort of post-chorus. I don't know. There just feels like there's something that could have been there just to bring the song to another level.
I agree for sure. And the fact that you said it kind of remind me of this song called "Don't Leave Me This Way" by Thelma Houston. She goes, "Ah, baby,
yes,
no, no, no," and it takes you somewhere else. Like this song could just keep building. Like there's so many opportunities. Or even I mean, if they were going to do a song about longing for someone again, they could have done "If I Can't Have You" by Yvonne Element, or even done something in the vein of Thelma Houston's song. The song really wanted to be something, and it was just shy of it. And the ending, I love a button, but only if the button is really strong. And it was okay for me. So the rating is not too high on this.
Yeah,
but it's not low either.
Let me give a shout out for her being able to put supercalifragilistic love into the bridge. I love that.
Yes.
That line is great. Yes.
Yes, the pre-hooks and the bridge is probably the highlight of this song. Oh my gosh, yes.
Anyway, what do you rate it?
I give it an 8. Give it an 8.
Yeah, me too. I'll give it an 8 also. Track 8 on Disco is I Love It. This lonely star is looking for another to make a beautiful constellation with. This one was again co-written by Kylie, Richard Biff Stannard, and Duck Blackwell. And this song is it's pure fun. It is so slick and again, very effortless. The bass line is so good. And the hook, the chorus, the come on, let the music play. Like it's just, so feel good. The song is just so feel good.
I was tempted to sing along with you. I was like, nope, don't sing it. It's a solo act. Like,
and the delay. Yeah. We don't forget the delay makes that awkward, you know?
The delays, man. The delays. But this song, I think everyone was excited to hear this song, especially the person uploading the track, because on YouTube it was uploaded as "I love you, you." So whoever uploaded was like typing with mad fingers. They heard it and was like, "Oh my god, I love it." But they meant to say "I love you, Kylie." The intro was so lush. The strings.
Yes.
Like, oh my gosh, this song is like, oh my gosh, oh man, this song really. I'm about to just like I'm lost for words. The bass line really drives the song and gives it so much texture, right? So you have like this symphonic kind of sound where it sounds like this beautiful romantic dream, and then the bass line comes in and gets you moving, it gets you grooving. It's great. It takes the lead, and everything else is just really complimentary. The horns that come in the hook take it to the like she found her love, they kissed, that's that moment. Like it just the music tells a story, not just the lyrics, but the music itself. And that dance break, it introduces different percussion, and I think it's Latin instruments, I can't really tell, but it's so far into the dang mix again. But it's just, oh my gosh, just chef kiss. And this song is truly well thought out. Seriously.
Yes.
I love it. I love it.
It also opened the Infinite Disco show. I mean, she did a little intro of like Come Into My World and stuff before it, but it was the first like main song. And it was just so perfect, like a perfect start. Like again, just like such a feel good song to get your night going. I also love it. I give this one a 9.5. How about you?
I'll give it a 10. It's
E.
perfect. It's actually, yeah, I really like it. I'm not gonna lie. Give it a 10. Ninth track on the album is Where Does the DJ Go? This song asks one of the age old questions, such as, does my teacher have a life? Where do broken hearts go? And what happens to the DJ when the party is over? So
Mm.
this song was written by this song is written by Kylie, Skylar Adams, and Daniel Shaw, along with Kyrus Houston.
Mm.
No relation to Whitney. This song has a Gloria Gaynor reference, and it was written right before lockdown. So this world is trying to break me. I need you to save me. It's one of the really standout lyrics of this song. And
Yes.
I mean, there's so many different kind of influences here, and I totally hear Gloria Gaynor, but
Yeah.
this song also gave me Last Night the DJ Saved My Life, you know? It's about having a really hard day or like having a hard life or a bad romance or something like that. But the
Mhm.
DJ plays that one song and I'm free. So it kind of gave me that kind of vibe. What about you?
Yes. I like this one a lot. It's such a catchy
Yeah.
chorus. Like, I think after the first time I heard it, I was already singing along. Where does
Yeah.
the you know? Yeah, I think my favorite part though, going back to the Gloria Gaynor reference, when she's there's this backing vocal that goes,
Oh, yes.
"Survive!"
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
It's so good.
Very
That's so much
outrageous.
fun. Yes. I've seen some
Yes.
comments online saying that this could be a step song.
Oh my God.
Fully
Yes.
agree. They should make a
Oh
new
my
version with
gosh.
steps.
That would be so satisfying. You know, once I heard the low voice and after saying it, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I can hear it now. I can hear
Mm,
it." Um the song is a little bit dizzying, but
mm.
not in a bad way. There's this, spinning around with a dance partner on on the dance floor kind of thing
Yeah.
going on. But there's a guitar sound. There's like a wobbling goes, wow, 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 wow.
Mm.
I sound stupid, but it's there. Hang on. And then the guitar goes,
Yeah.
so it creates this kind of like it feels kind of tipsy, but not like in a weird way. It adds
Mm.
an interesting sound to the soundscape. It doesn't just sound like, oh, here's another disco song. Oh, here's a little accent. Here's a little accent. Uh-huh. And I love when the music falls away at certain parts or when the hand claps come in. The
Yes.
dun, dun.
There's a lot of the double hand clap in this whole album, but all of
Yes.
them are used very well. Like, it doesn't
Mhm.
feel overused, which good job, because
Mhm.
that could have very easily gone that way. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think the build throughout the song, like you said, there's all these added little things that the song builds. I especially love the whoop whoop that happens in
Yeah.
the final choruses. Again,
Yes.
just made for a concert, like made for crowd participation. You know,
Yes.
she's really
Yeah.
she really thought about that.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I love, like I said, the world's trying to break me line. The second pre-hook, that part was just it was so full before the chorus came in. It was so full without it being like screechy. And I was like, oh, she's pure soprano goodness. She is just gold up there. And it sounded so good. So
Mhm.
good.
Yeah, she's
Um,
her
yeah.
vocal tone as she's gotten older has gotten
Hmm.
a lot fuller, I think. Because I think if she had
Hmm.
done this back in like the light years or fever days, it would sound a little more screechy. I think she's learned to kind of warm up
Yeah.
her tone.
I think just her choice of texture there, vocal texture was just great. Again, I always say this. I have to say, or I will say, that the bridge was a little weak, only
Mhm.
because it's another like, oh, here's an obvious dance break, and it
Yes,
kind
yes,
of just
yes.
it felt very like, oh, here's another Soul Train line again.
Yeah.
But I think it gave Kylie a chance to really, I guess, breathe. Because even in the live show, once I finally saw it,
Yeah.
it just made sense. Like, okay, she's moving, she's grooving. She doesn't have to sing right now.
Right, right, right.
But yeah, I
A
like
little
that.
break before the last choruses come in with the whoop whoop.
Exactly. Yeah. So it doesn't sound so like wild at the end. So I like that. I like that they kind of did it now, but at first I wasn't digging it.
Mm. All right, so what do you
Mm.
rate it?
I give it a 9.
I also give it a 9. Yes.
Nice.
Track 10 on this album is Dance Floor Darling. And while this song at first listen seems like it's about dancing, Kylie wants to rock her darling's body through the night.
Yes.
This one was co-written by Kylie, Skylar Adams, Megan Cotton, and Lindsley Campbell. And this one's great. It's a more mid-tempo, at least as it starts. It's euphoric, and the whole thing just sounds very sweet. Like she sounds very sweet the way she's delivering it. It kind of makes me think of like the color orange, like a sunset, like the
Oh my
party
gosh,
is
yes.
party's about to pick up as the night continues, kind of thing.
Yes,
But I
yes.
have to say, the
Top
first
down.
time, yes, the first time I listened to it, I wanted to sing for the K-pop band NCT 127's Highway to Heaven.
My body's calling, calling, keeping up.
Mhm.
Totally sounds like it should start
Yes.
right when the song starts. It's
Oh
it's
my
kind of
gosh,
crazy.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I agree with you totally, totally. Oh my goodness. I love the way this one sounded because it didn't sound so much like, all right, we're making a disco album. This one had a little bit more just 80s influence.
Mhm.
And some 70s kind of sound. So like it kind of was just like late 70s, maybe into some 80s because that drum,
Mm. Yes.
it didn't sound like 70s, right? So it still had that retro sound, of course, but it didn't feel like a complete disco. Like you said, I feel like I was traveling into another part of the day, into the evening time, and
Mhm.
uh, I did hear exactly what you heard in that first verse. So when the second verse came in again, I was thinking, I hope they do something different, and they did.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness, it just I just thinking about like how it looks on stage and how it could sound with just live, not just on like a virtual show.
Yeah.
It's so satisfying. Right. So, oh man. But the only thing that kind of threw me off, like I was in this kind of top down car, riding in
Mhm.
the sunset. And then all of a sudden, baby takes it into fifth gear and decides to go
Yes.
speeding off somewhere. So,
Yes. What you waiting for? Get up on the floor, and then she counts down. And does it fully double? Does it fully double in speed? I don't know how quick it amps up, but
oh
it
my
is
gosh.
so much
Yeah.
fun. But yes, it really threw me off
Yes.
the first time too. Now that I know it's coming, I'm like ready for it.
Yeah.
But it's so much fun. It's like the perfect, like, can you imagine this at a concert? Like everyone doubling up
Yes.
and everyone just jumping up and down the second it
Yes.
hits. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I can appreciate it, I just thought it was really funny because like the whole, spoken part during the bridge, it kind of reminded me of Tina Marie. I love a spoken bridge, I love like a
Mm,
little soul phone moment. You talk like this, but then it turned to a whole Prince Coke party. No offense.
yes.
No offense. And then the talk box that comes in. Oh, that's the hallucination. You are tripping out right now. This is the 12-inch version, even though the song wasn't that long. But
Yeah.
this song really took you through the process of a disco goer. But I think the song as a whole is a good job. Like it's great. What do you rate it as a
I
whole?
will give this a 9.5. I think this is another single contender. I would love to see what she would do for a video for this one.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 9.5 as well. 11th song on this album is Unstoppable. It's a happy song about love being the most powerful force in the world.
Mm,
Kylie wrote it, Fiona Bevan, who wrote Step Scared of the Dark, and Troy Miller
mm.
they all have had a hand on this. So there's um a great deal of Diana Ross in this. And I could totally hear it. But I also could hear some like, off the wall. Dun, 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 dun.
Ah, yes.
Dun, 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 dun. I really did like this one. The production was fun, it had so many little things here and there, as most of the tracks did.
Mhm.
I feel like it has more potential live, just to see the kind of the dancing and to see the
Mm.
performance of it and hear the band hit those things, hit those little
Yes, yes,
marks here
yes.
and there. But
Yeah,
it wasn't
I
that.
definitely yeah, I also definitely hear the Diana Ross. I mean, she's mentioned the Diana Ross influence, the ooh, like
Yeah.
all the little stuff that she does in the chorus. But
Yes.
unfortunately, that's not enough. I think to make the chorus very strong.
Yeah.
This is definitely the
Yeah.
most forgettable song on the album for me. Like I had to
Mm.
even just now, I had to re-listen to it, before we could even talk
Confession
about
time.
it.
Yeah.
There is one thing though. There's this album track on Kylie's "Kiss Me Once" album. Song's
Mhm.
called "Sexy Love," and the hook goes,
Mhm.
"You look so sexy in my," and literally the hook in this is "forever and ever," and it literally
Ooh,
it
ooh.
sounds so similar, and that's like all I can hear right at the moment
Yeah,
because I don't know
yeah.
the song that well. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's cute. Like it does sound very
Right.
happy, and it's another great like mood changing, like a mood picker upper.
Yes.
But
Yes.
yeah, that's kind of it for me. Yeah, I give this one a
Mm.
7.5. How about you?
Oh, I give it an 8. I like the little Motown sound going on.
Yeah. And the final track on the standard edition of Disco is Celebrate You. As
Yeah.
described by Kylie, this song is a warm hug. It's a last call at the pub or the bar. And it's about supporting your friends and celebrating your relationships with them. And this song was
Yes.
written by Kylie, Skylar Adams, Daniel Shaw, and Megan Cotton. And
Mhm.
yeah, this is such a beautiful
Um,
song. This is such a
yeah,
beautiful
but
song.
who's Mary?
So
Who's Mary?
yeah, Kylie has said that Mary was born out of just mumble singing, in the studio.
Mhm.
Which do you write songs
Right.
that way? Have you ever written lyrics with just mumble singing?
I have, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, but I've never written it in a third person, like,
Mm,
this is, like, one of the few songs I've heard from her that's written in this kind of, POV. I think she even
yes.
mentioned it, that she doesn't really have songs like this, so I was a little like, "Mary? Who's Mary?"
It's
But
great though. There's so
honestly.
much
Mhm.
wordplay with Mary. You can do
Yeah.
Mary with the ERRY. You can do I think it's the one line that's like, Mary, you're not ordinary. There's so much you can do.
Yes, yeah. Yes, honestly, I think there's something about the way she wrote this that, again, with the country situation, country music is about storytelling. It's not just abstract concept like, when she says a solar scape in, say something.
Mhm.
This right here is telling a story like, "Hey, Mary, you know, why are you like this?" Or, "Hey, Mary, maybe put the drink down." Or, I think she even said that she even said that. She goes, "We all have like an Aunt Mary in our life."
Mm.
Um, but yeah, it's that storytelling aspect. This is probably one of the songs that really made me kind of like even appreciate her songwriting even more. Um, and the song doesn't really sound too much like, "Oh, we're stuck at home and life sucks."
Mhm.
It sounds organic. It sounds fun. And it has a similar drive, kind of similar bass line that the first two songs have, but not like
Mm.
in this, "Oh, here's a carbon copy." It's like, here it is. You have like this beautiful brioche bun on the top. Here's the bottom to finish it off. And this
Mm.
beautiful disco hamburger. Um, you know? And I really like that. It's like I said, this is very much like, oh, this song is invited to the barbecue. At many barbecues, we have songs like Before I Let Go by Maze and Frankie Beverly, where it's like
Mhm.
really like, it kind of grooves and everyone does a little line dance. This song fits in that same kind of realm, but it gives me sways and
Yes, this is
lighters.
all about the arms waving.
Yeah.
I just think the song is it's such a pretty song and it sounds so
Mhm.
positive. I think her description of it as a warm hug is
Mhm.
perfect. Just the way it was all produced, it feels very warm and comforting.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I can hear that. Like it's her supporting her friends. Like I'm better because
Yes.
I'm friends with you, and I love that
Yeah.
sentiment. And it's just one that makes me smile. And I think it's just such a positive ending to this album.
I'm better because I'm friends with you, Chris.
Aw, me too.
Don't just say it back.
I'm not. Um,
He's lying. He's lying. He's lying. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
oh
But
god.
yes, no, I agree. This song is if she has a tour in the US or anywhere, I would want to be locked up in a huddle with you and some friends just so
Yes,
honestly, as a last song, I give this song a 10 out of 10.
this is a definite 10. Now it's time for cut or keep section of our review, and here we decide which songs you would cut or keep from the album. So, you first. What song would you cut?
Me first. Hmm. Okay, the song I would cut from this album is the song I'm going to cut from this album is Last Chance.
mm,
Unfortunately, it wasn't strong enough. And it, like I said, it kind of just reiterated the whole "is the last song. You better dance with me or I'll disappear forever." So yeah. Sorry, it
okay.
wasn't.
Yes, the song that I would cut, which shouldn't really be a surprise, is Unstoppable. I just don't get it. It's so forgettable. Like
I
it
just
should be a B-side. Like yeah.
yeah, I feel you.
Okay, what song would you keep?
All right, the song that I would keep on this album if I had to listen to it on repeat.
Mm,
No, I'm joking, not on repeat, but if I had to listen to a song and keep it, every time. Okay, it's in between two because I really actually like Monday Blues. I do. I know you don't like it, but
oh,
it was
I like it. It's not my favorite,
oh,
but I like it. Yeah.
okay, okay. Supernova. That thing, honey, that thing, it should stay forever. So good.
Mm,
What about you?
okay. I would keep Celebrate You, because it just makes me
Oh,
happy. Like, it's just such a beautiful song. Yeah,
wow.
so
Hang
good.
on. Viewers, listeners, whomever, I thought he was gonna keep Say Something or Magic. Mm.
Ah.
Mm. Plot twist. Anyway, I must know, what are your overall thoughts of the album?
It's so good. It is one of the best
Mm,
albums I've heard
yeah.
in a long time. It is just such a happy and hopeful album. They just, again, she timed it
Mhm.
so perfectly with this crazy election week we've just
Honey,
gone through. But I
honey.
think it's great to see her because I obviously have followed her kind of this whole time, and I remember
Mhm,
during Kiss Me Once, and you could tell that she was creatively struggling a little bit to
mhm.
both find something new that she was inspired by and also to stay relevant kind of in the new, in the music industry. And so it's
Mhm.
great that she seems just so confident in herself now. She's taken these influences that she had as a kid and she's really
Right.
absorbed them, and it feels like she's really put all her effort into this album. Every
Yeah.
song sounds like she's really put her all into it, with all the little switch ups,
Mhm.
melodies and the backing vocals and the little
Yes.
production flourishes. And I think a lot of these songs are up there with some of her best in her catalog.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
I do think the only thing missing from this album is if she did something just one a little more dark and sexy
Yeah.
kind of disco song, like a Love to Love You
Yeah.
Baby, which she did
Yeah.
interpolate a little bit of in the live show, or like I Feel
Mhm.
Love, which she has also interpolated before in her previous
Right.
show. Like I think because her
Right.
voice totally fits that vibe too, and she's
Mhm.
played with that in the past. So I'm actually
Yeah.
surprised there isn't a song that's more in that vein on this album. But I think it would have added
Right.
just a little more depth to the whole project. Yeah.
That makes sense. No, I agree. I think a lot of people have this misconception, not even a misconception, but when people hear disco, they either have like this pejorative kind of opinion where it's like, oh God, disco, or they think, oh my gosh, that brings me so many different positive emotions, right?
Mm,
But they don't often think about like the darker songs or like just there are some really interesting concepts that could be explored through disco or even through this retro sound. I mean,
hmm
she was kind of flirting with it in Dance Floor Darling. I think
hmm
it wasn't exactly it didn't have to be exactly like disco the whole time. I know the whole title is disco, so she kind of stuck herself in that little hole there, but it is
Yeah.
not a bad hole. That hole is full of gold apparently because every single song on this damn album had me sitting here like, okay, this could be a single, or oh wow, I would love to see this, or oh wow, this is I wish I wrote this,
hmm
like it
hmm
was really good. And I agree with you about the production aspect of it. And I just want to say that I really appreciate how not even trying to be funny, but I appreciate how old she is. Because she's been able to, I guess, travel through the decades with her music. She
hmm
has gathered so much valuable data, valuable information that
hmm
has made her singing better, her writing better, and her approach to music in general. I even just as a new fan, I'm like,
hmm
I would want to introduce someone to Kylie through this album. Like,
Right.
hey, play this at the barbecue, play this at this is
Yeah. There's no
go ahead,
discos to
girl.
go to now, so you got to come up with the other places that you can
Right.
play this album.
Right. Sneak it on, I really did appreciate her work on this, and it really inspires me to just, as an artist, to just do better. Like, so my final rating for this album is a 9 out of 10.
Me too. I actually averaged all my scores this time, and I am like a
Mhm.
9.2, I think. So yeah, 9 out of 10 for the whole album. It's so good.
It is. It is.
All right. So what do you hope is next for Kylie?
Well, I really do hope she's able to tour. I mean, once this whole virus situation
Mm,
is finished, I really do hope for a tour. If she comes to America, that'd be great. That'd be really great. Um, but we'll
yeah.
see. If she doesn't, I mean, I'll scrap up some pennies.
Yeah, I really hope she tours this album too. I mean, Infinite Disco, which was the
Yeah.
virtual concert that she did for the album launch, was amazing. So it'd be so cool
Mhm.
to see what she does. And she's mentioned she kind of has concept in mind of doing it like in the round and like with the biggest disco ball ever created.
Oh my
So yeah.
gosh. Okay. I have like so
And
many ideas already. Oh my
yeah,
god.
and then for the US, I mean, I'm so good job to her team because she's gotten some
Mhm.
amazing press and media opportunities for this
Yeah.
album. She's at the time of filming #1 on iTunes here in the
Yeah.
US, which I'm not
Yeah.
sure if she's ever gotten this much attention since like Can't Get You Out of My Head.
Right.
And it's about time, that
Mhm.
people recognize her because the rest of the world has. So you guys gotta keep up.
Again, you know what? I kind of feel a little bit just like, sad for my country. We did not know that this treasure existed. Um, I feel like a lot of people only paid attention to her kind of um with that Tayo Cruz song, "Taking Me
Oh yeah,
High."
yeah, yeah. Song's
And
okay.
after the exactly, okay. So then no one really, okay, who's that girl on it? Whatever. No one paid
Mm,
attention to it, right? And it's such a shame because she, like I said, has been here since the 80s. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
And I think a lot of people don't realize that they know their songs, like her songs rather.
yeah, yeah,
Like I didn't even realize that. And it kills me because she has not only the vocal chops, the look, the longevity that unfortunately, in my opinion, Madonna does not have. Madonna,
Mm,
yeah, when she came onto the scene, it was revolutionary, but she has been completely unable to adapt to the changing soundscape or even picking up something that's retro like this and being able to make it something respectable and
mm.
strong such as this album. And it's such a shame, because you want to say, "Oh, Madonna's the queen, Madonna's the queen." But right now, the goddess has spoken,
Yes.
and
Exactly.
I want her to keep speaking to me because this right here is great. So,
Yeah, I'm so glad this album is doing well. I hope she releases a
yeah.
lot more singles off of it. Like, I hope the whole campaign
Yes.
goes for a while.
Yes.
And who knows what she'll be influenced by next, you know?
Oh my gosh, it's so exciting.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Honestly, I'm gonna say it now. Album of the year, K-pop, regular pop combined. I don't care where you're from. If you know pop music, then you can appreciate this album. That's it. That's all I'm gonna
Yes, that's it. I agree.
say. Yeah. So, what do you all think of this album? And if it's anything less than amazing, then you're not invited to the brunch. And I question your taste. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more reviews from us. Until next time, that's Chris.
That's Jan.
And we are CCTV. Bye.
Bye.